Hey guys, what's up? It's Brandon. Hope you're doing fantastic today. Recently, I ran across a company and we were talking and they were telling me about how they have ambitions to grow beyond $1 million in sales this year, and they were changing their approach a little bit from going heavily on services to providing some products, but smaller products, a couple dollars here, some other products that were a little bit more expensive, and then feeding into the consulting business. And it's a very common approach that people are doing nowadays. And the business model is great. And the focus of this isn't really about the business model. The focus is about their approach and their marketing. And so they've been doing marketing for quite a while. They were out there with social media. They have a big partnership with a very large and well-known company that they do a video series on. And they do very well in that perspective. They have a book out there that's getting them, a ton of exposure. They've got some good clients. And they even have a decent website. That the branding is not very good on there. The messaging is a little confusing. They have a marketing automation system as well that they don't really use, and they don't look at their analytics. And so the problem comes down here is that they said, well, we need a more strategic approach, but what we need is actually tactics. Tell us what to do. And so the conversation evolved from there, and what I really pulled out of all this, and what you really should focus in on is entrepreneurs, startups, small business owners, people who are running their shops and very much have their hands in all these marketing activities, is that you have to understand there is no marketing genie. There is no marketing wizards. I have to break it to everybody, and I'm sorry if I have ruined it for you, but there is no magic person out there. There's no marketing fairy that comes out at night and makes sure that everything is working properly. And what I mean by that is that you have to start with the basics. To be good at anything, you have to make sure you have the fundamentals down. Michael Jordan wouldn't be as great of a player as he was and be the best player that's ever played the game of basketball if he didn't practice his shot all the time. If he didn't practice his shot, thousands of times a day. And that's fundamentals. If he didn't practice jab steps. If people weren't masters at their craft and didn't start from the bottom and build up, then they would never be as successful as they were. And it goes along with anything. If you think about this, is that to be successful, you have to get the basics down. You can't be good at calculus if you don't know how to add, and so you need to be able to, and I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure from my time in school and studying math is that you need the basics to be able to build up, and that's why schools do that for you. And that's the same thing with marketing, is that you need to start off with the basics. You need to make sure you have a plan. You need to make sure that you're doing the right approach and that you're systematic and methodical about what you do. So posting 4 times a day, making sure you're sharing content, not just only about yourself and your expertise, but about other stuff that complements what you do. Things along those lines, driving traffic back from social media to your website, making sure you have SEO set up properly on your back end of your website, making sure you have titles and meta tags and the URLs constructed the right way to make sure you're driving to the right keyword. Make sure your pages aren't competing against your other pages. And so by doing that, you have to make sure that each page has its own keyword focus, one that each page really focuses in on. And other things along those lines. Email, make sure you're sending out emails the right way. Make sure if you have marketing automation for your company, make sure you're using it the right way. Make sure you got landing pages you drive ads to. Make sure your ads are producing a right amount of click-throughs and you're getting traffic. And the list goes on and on and on. I can stand here for hours talking about each one. But until you get those basics down, you can't just go out there and expect all these immediate results. And so you have to make sure you have that down, you have a plan, how it all works together. Start off simple, maybe like 5 channels, website, SEO, social media, content, email, stuff along those lines. Make sure you're focusing on those. Get those working and producing results, which you can track through your analytics. And then once you get that down, then expand from there and then build on there and then grow bigger. And there's ways to build in campaigns into all this and being creative. But beyond that, if you're just taking that throw against the wall approach, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get where you want to. You're going to do well, but you're not going to do really well. And you're not going to hit those high results, those high lofty goals that you've set for yourself in your business. And so you need to make sure you take that approach. So I'm sorry to break it to you guys again. There is no marketing fairy, no marketing genie, no marketing wizard out there that's willing to wave their wand and just make sure your business is doing really well with marketing. You have to put in the work. You have to start with the basics and you have to build up from there. And you have to make sure you have a strategic approach, that everything is working together as a unit. It's like a wheel. You have this hub, which is usually your website, and then you have these different spokes. And to be able to make sure that wheel turns is that everything has to work together to make it turn. So make sure you take that approach. If you have any questions on this or any feedback, anything, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comment box down below. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if, again, visit the website, brandonmlewin.com. If you're on there, I appreciate you guys visiting, and I look forward to helping you guys out more. So again, peace, stay purposeful, people.